Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Chakodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are teaching 100% truth of the Holy Scriptures. Shalom to the elect, and shalom to the brothers that are pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai in truth and sincerity. And this lesson is going to be entitled, The Truth We Put Out is for the Elect. Right, because we have a lot of, you could say, politically correct or going with the flow type of doctrines out there, especially those that say that the heathen could make it, that salvation is open for everybody. That's incorrect. You see, the elect, and we call ourselves the hopeful elect, they're going to get down with what the true understanding of the scriptures. Even though some subjects may be a little, not tough to understand, but just living here in Babylon, we have been raised a certain way to think. And it goes against the ways of the East, the ways of the Bible. So it's a little tough, for us to get with it, basically. But the elect, they'll pray. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. Case in point, the whole thing with the grape. It's a thing of, I don't know what the correct term is, but it's there for a just in case, right? And how much more the prophecy that we're waiting for, which is the MOTB. And the Lord is making it known what it truly is. And those men who have been pushing it, they're going to get exalted through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And those are the men of Great Millstone, started with our apostles and elders. You got the bishops, man, holding it down for the Lord, down all the way unto us younger brothers, man. So I'm going to start with this, Daniel chapter 12 and verse 9. It says, And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end, which is now. That's why the understanding has been given to the hopeful elect. And we're at that time of the end. The seals have been broken. Verse 10, many shall be purified and made white and tried. That's the elect. Purified through this heat, made white through this word, and tried, going into more purification, passing the test. It says, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And we use this for, Esau, Edom, him being the wicked, the Bible speaks of. But 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are moving in that vibration. 66.6. Moving in, y'all are mentally Edomites. Y'all act like Esau. Y'all think like Esau. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna get the judgment of Esau. You try, man. I done seen it, man. You break it down, precept upon precept, and then you get the word. You get the Hebrew and the Greek, and this means that, and still, Gentiles can make it. The names of the Lord. His name is Yahushai. Yeshua? Nah, man, Yahushai. Okay, Yahshua. Oh, fuck. You just let that motherfucker just go. Okay, go, man. That's because it was just not given to him. Sometimes, I gotta chill my mind out. Be aggravating at times, but that's just the Lord not opening their mind, not them receiving this word. Okay? So now going to 2nd Esdras. Second Esdras, chapter 8 and 62. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 62. It says, These things have I not shewed unto all men, but unto thee and few like thee. Right? That's why the Heavenly Father put the Spirit on Yahushua to speak to the Israelites in parables. Then answered I and said, all right, but the point is here, right? The Lord is only dealing with a specific few. And it reminds me of that woman that had a demon on her. She was talking about, these are the men that's going to show you the ways of salvation, roughly paraphrasing. I think it's Acts 17 and 16 or 16 and 15. Is one number higher than the other one of those, right? So it's the Lord didn't show it to all men. If that's the case, then it wouldn't be as precious as it is, because it'd be a common thing. And we understand, what is that? Supply and demand. Okay. There's not a lot of supply of it, so it makes it more precious. These is like a back to the basics, man. Because Apostle Gabor, he was going into the live lesson earlier, talking about scoffers, scorners, some along them lines. Basically, this ain't for you, man. Fuck y'all. You gonna see. This is Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. It says, what then is Israel? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right, so there is a specific few that have been chosen from the beginning of the earth, from the creation. Okay, these are the select few that will receive, that I will find favor in. Right, because we as the Israelites, we find favor among all of the nations. But even then, amongst the Israelites, there is a specific few that find more favor. And even amongst them, you got the 144 that they have received super favor. Right? But it says what? That the rest, the other ones, they were blinded. The Lord didn't want them. The Lord didn't want to heal them so they could, be all right. But the election have obtained it. Jake always searching for answers and the what ifs in life. You see, we as Hebrew Israelites, we have the answers through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And this is St. Mark chapter 4 and verse 9. It says, and he said unto them, Ye that hath ears to hear, let him hear. We all got ears, right? This is going into spiritually. When he was alone, they were about him with the 12, asked of him the parable. He said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. Right. I'm going to read this and then read 12 and then read a word in there. It says, that seeing they may see and perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven them. Right, so the Lord ultimately wants to jack up 2/3. That was their lot. That's heavy right there. So they could be converted, to be changed, and forgiven, and their sins should be forgiven them. Meaning that you're going to have a slate wiped clean. But the Lord didn't want to give you that. So he wants to bring death and pain and misery and destruction upon 2/3, man. And rightly so, man. Fuck them. They're against us. Remember, they're like fucking heathens in the mind. So I'm gonna get this word G80 1854 exo for that word without. Them that are without, it says without, out of doors. Right? We just held Passover, and they were out of the tabernacle. They were outside. I mean, it was a week a day. Right? So, I mean, it's just spiritually, they were outside. They didn't put the blood of the lamb on their doorposts, meaning their mind. Their mind wasn't on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right? So when that death angel passes, they're going to get slain. So those are the ones that are without. They're outside of the doors. Right? Which brings me to Revelation chapter 3 and verse 20. It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me." Right? And that door being knocked on is your mind. Our people, they'll come, they'll crack the door open. They got the little, they got the little eye thing, the little circle thing in the middle. The man is just another evangelist, right? you got like Craig did to them Jehovah Witness at the beginning of Friday, right? That's our people. But you see, we're coming in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So they're outside. They're not letting in. They're not. Yahushai ain't supping with them. It's not feeding their spirit. They're spiritually dead. All right. So I'm gonna end off with this here. Book of Sirach. Sirach, chapter 24, and verse. It's going towards the end. Here, 34 and 24. 24 and 34, sorry. As behold, that I have not labored. Start at 33. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, and leave it to all ages forever. Right? But we have read that it was sealed for a time. Right? And it says, behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. And there's all types of wisdom being seeked out for. We read Romans, the 11th chapter, spoke about, Jake searching out for things, roughly paraphrasing. Jake always trying to, they're trying to find out, life, trying to figure something out. But you see, it's simple. It's right in front of your eyes. It's in the book. Behold, that I have not labored for myself only, right? The work that we do spiritually, the going in and putting precepts together, and the words that the Heavenly Father puts in our spirit to speak, the subjects we go into, the camps, right? That's labor. The caring for one another, that's an act of love. It says, behold, that I have not labored for myself only, right? Because when you do these lessons and stuff like that, you're getting it for yourself first, putting it together and applying it and whatever, right? But it says, but for all them that seek wisdom. Right? That's why there's just a specific few tapped into the videos, tapped into the camps. Oh shit, look, you got another video from Pastor Hall. Let's see what he's going into. Right on, another daily stream from the apostles. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah, camp from the South Carolina, bro. Dallas going live. Hell yeah, let's tap in. You know what I'm saying? That's for them that seek wisdom. We doing it for start with ourselves, but also for the elect. Hopeful elect, I should say. So with that being said, I'm going to close out by giving our honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rachakodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Shalom.